Flosstube. This is obviously my first video on this channel. I actually do have another channel where I talk about Welsh Druidry, so if that's of any interest you can check that out, but otherwise I will not be talking about that subject at all on this channel. This will be purely dedicated to cross stitch. So I just wanted to put several things in this first video. First of all, just introduce who I am, the type of stuff I like to do, how long I've been stitching, things like that, and then show you some of my WIPs. I don't have a massive stack of WIPs, I only have 7 at the moment, but just through watching so many Flosstube videos I've definitely been enabled, and the thing that's only really holding me back is funds, so I definitely will have more WIPs on the go. And to round things off, I'll also show you some finishes. So actually, you know what, I'm going to reverse that. I'm going to do my finishes first and then I'll do my WIPs. Right, so hello, my name is Catherine, but Cathy to my friends. So I'm currently editing and I just realised that I didn't say the name of my channel or explain what it is. So my channel is Needle of Awen. It's not a typo, it's not Arwen, it's Awen, which is the Welsh term for, the best way to describe it is poetic inspiration or creative inspiration. It's from Welsh mythology, so Needle of Awen. And I've been stitching for about 15 years. I was trying to work it out the other day. And yeah, it's been since I was 15 years old. So 15 years. So any extremely observant people watching this will be able to deduce that I am in fact 30 years old. So I started off doing cross stitch, probably like how a lot of people have ever done cross stitch. I just picked up a little, I think it was a bookmark kit, a textile heritage kit from some National Trust property. I can't tell you which it was, where it was. Well, I know that it was somewhere in North Wales. So it could have actually been through not the National Trust, but Cador. Cador is kind of just like a Welsh version of the National Trust. It looks after properties and so on, and lets the public, so that the public can go and see them. Anyway, I think it was maybe poppies or something, and I took a quick look at the instructions and was like, yeah, I could do this, no problem. And then I started it, and it had a black border around the edge, and I decided I was going to stitch this black border first. So I literally went right up, literally right up to the edge of the fabric and was stitching here and was barely holding in place. And I was just like, and I was doing it all the way across the length of it because I wasn't counting it, because I didn't realise you had to count it. And then realised I'd made a terrible mistake. And I'd kept working on this one cross stitch for ages. I remember at one point trying to do some stitching in the middle and not be able to force my needle through because it was so matted at the back. Anyway, I ended up never completing that cross stitch. But I clearly, wasn't too put off by this failure, because I kept getting kits and doing them. I think the next year, actually, we went to Northern Ireland for Easter, or around sort of Easter time. The previous one had been the previous summer, and I remember getting a shamrock bookmark when we went to Giant's Causeway, and I completed that and it looked good. So obviously I'd started to learn a little bit about it and just slowly built it up, and it's something that I have sometimes got away from, but over the years it's something that I keep coming back to and that I probably love the most. I do crochet and knitting as well, but cross stitch is really my true crafting love. It's the thing that I'm best at, the thing I'm most comfortable with. I have a heart condition, and actually I've recently been in hospital for 6 weeks with a heart infection, which was super fun. Luckily I wasn't feeling too ill throughout that time, so for the majority of it I was doing a lot of cross stitch. So I'll show you some of the things that I finished there, just to give you a bit of an idea of kind of who I am outside of stitching. I live in a little place called a little place called Old St Mellons, which is on the outskirts of Cardiff, which is the capital of Wales. I live in this lovely house, which the bookcase looks a bit messy, and usually our house is in a slight state of messiness, but it's lovely. It's our first home that we've owned together. I live with my now fiance. So I just love showing off this absolutely beautiful ring that he got me. We are very newly engaged. I was going to say fiancéed. He proposed to me actually the day I came out of hospital. In this room actually, I was on the sofa. He got the ring, got down on one knee, and the whole time I was in hospital I was just waiting to get back to him. So it was perfect. Hopefully we'll get married next autumn. Hopefully September, maybe October, we'll see. We've got to get some money together for a deposit. Anyway, we also live with our beautiful little girl. She is a dog. Her name is Luna. She is a Norjack, so she is a Norfolk Terrier crossed with a Jack Russell, and she is the cutest thing. I'll be putting photos up and stuff of her. She's currently upstairs with her dad playing, so she's currently unavailable for photo opportunities, but she is the sweetest thing. She actually had her first birthday yesterday, so that was nice. Yeah, she's our baby. So what else can I say about myself? I read a lot, and I mean, you can mostly see not books on the bookshelf, but I do read a lot. Listen to lots of audiobooks. I watch lots of TV, while I'm cross-stitching. I'll give you sort of a sense of what I like through showing you my WIPs and so on, but I really like stuff that's kind of got a sort of, I like fantasy, I like I like video games, I like some of the more modern stuff, but I also really like some folk stuff, anything with a hint of Welsh or Celtic mythology. Unfortunately, there's far more designs for like Irish mythology than Welsh mythology, which is a shame because there are so many great scenes in Welsh mythology. My master's degree was in early Celtic studies, so it's my passion, it's what I love. Anyway, let's get on and actually look at some cross stitch, okay? Most of the finishes I have to talk about I don't actually physically have right here, right now, either because they're upstairs somewhere and I don't want to spend ages trying to root them out, or I don't want to move them, or because they are not physically here. So I'll go in chronological order, things that I finished first. I'm not going to be telling you all of the finishes I've ever done in my life because I certainly can't remember them all, not because there's been so many, I'm so productive. It's more like I just do things, I'll do a small piece and then kind of forget about it and put it in a drawer somewhere and I don't see it again. So I'm actually trying to dedicate myself to actually putting things up now this year. So first thing I have is a little bookmark, which I think is just a DMC kit. I bought it in Hobbycraft when I was in Worcester over Christmas, so obviously 6 months ago or so, and I completed it when I was in hospital. It was the first thing I completed when I was in hospital. It's really pretty. I do actually have to make it up into a bookmark. I have got all the stuff, but when I asked my fiance to bring the stuff in for me to continue working on it, I just asked him for like the threads, the chart, and the piece itself. I didn't ask for the accoutrements. And then the second thing that I completed when I was in hospital was, so it says croeso, which is Welsh for welcome. Obviously I live in Wales, and this was something that I particularly wanted to do for the nurses because I was on the same ward the whole 6 weeks. I got to know the nurses quite well, and I've unfortunately been in hospital like for extended periods of time before, and I've just spent all the time in hospital. It's fun having a chronic disease, isn't it? I can honestly tell you that on this ward, this group of nurses were the nicest, nurses, like everyone was lovely, everyone was so kind, everyone was so friendly, and they were so great at making you laugh. And they were also amazing nurses. They were so professional. They were so good at what they did. Particularly the sister, the one in charge of the ward. She was just, oh gosh, she was so excellent. And all the doctors, of course, as well. But I wanted to give them something to really show my appreciation for all that they do, because it's a really hard job, something that I could never do. And I just wanted to show that appreciation. And I was still stuck in for like an extra 2 weeks at that point anyway, so I thought may as well do it. I actually finished this in about 3 days, something like that. And then I got my boyfriend, my fiance and my mum to take it home and frame it for me and then bring it back in, which they did, and I gave it, and they absolutely loved it. They put it up in their staff room. They got me to take a load of photos with them holding it, and it was just so lovely to do something that was so appreciated. You know, it was the nicest thing. So I was really proud of that. I thought it was so beautiful, it was so bright, it was so fun. And then the next one, also completed in hospital, was I've got it upstairs somewhere. I want to frame it and actually put it up in my living room, so hopefully I'll be able to show you a framed version of it next time. It's this, it's Summer, it's a summer, I think it's called Mini Summer Sampler by Riverdrift Needlework, and I absolutely love their work. I think that they are based in Cornwall. If I'm incorrect, I will put a correction up, but I'm fairly certain that's where they're based, and their stuff is so beautiful. It's got that sort of folky element. I think all of their designs are just full cross stitch. There's no back stitch, anything like that, and they're so beautiful. And they've got a range of stuff. They've got things like this, which are quite small. Oh, the previous one also, Croissant, is also from Riverdrift Needlework, sorry. And they have kits. They do sell patterns as well, but not as many. I think they're starting to have more just patterns available, I think through another site. But I highly recommend checking them out, particularly if you live in the UK. I'm fairly certain they will ship to the US or to other places in the world, but I absolutely love their stuff. They're also kind of really good as well, I think, if you're getting into cross stitch. They're not hugely complex designs. You can get ones that are more complex, but particularly the mini samplers, they're not too intimidating. So yes, I highly recommend them, and I just love their pieces. And also, like for a kit to make a really beautiful piece, they're really not very expensive. So highly recommend those. And then my final one that I actually can physically show you is this. So it is a rose. It is by a creator on Etsy. I have forgotten their name and I haven't written it down because I'm an idiot. I will put their name up here. And so basically I found a list of like flowers for birth months, and I wanted to do each flower. This is for June, so it's a rose for June. And I basically wanted to do each one in the month beforehand. So it's been May, so I want to do June's one, and I want to basically get either a frame, or I might use like a wall hanging sort of rack to hanger to display each one on the month it's for. So for June, put this one up, and then next month I want to do I think it's delphinium for July, and then so keep going on, and then eventually I'll have all of them, and I'll just hang a different one each month. And same idea with the summer cross stitch. I want to display them when the particular month is. So have the summer one up for summer, and then I'm going to do the autumn one, and then have that up for autumn, do the winter one. You get the idea. I really am a big fan of seasonality, and also want to display more stuff in my home, but have it feel seasonal, like have it feel Not that I've constantly got the same stuff on display all the time. So yeah, so that's what I want to do. Sorry, this is me slightly in the future. I'm now talking about my WIPs, but I completely forgot about one of my finishes, which was this gorgeous piece by this person. I'm sorry, I can't remember who they are. I'm so sorry. I should have written notes before I did this. I actually did write notes, but I wrote them on my phone, which I'm using to film, so I can't look at them, which was a very wise move. It's very, very smart. But this Charmander Evolution, I love how it looks. It looks so good. And my fiance, I keep calling my boyfriend as well. He's my fiance now. I've got the ring. So it's Welsh gold, Clogau gold, Welsh gold with an emerald, and it's absolutely perfect. I love it so much. Anyway, so I created this for his birthday. It was on 14 count cream Ada, and just so pleased with how it looks, and he really loved it, and he actually wants me to teach him a little bit of cross stitch, how to do it. So that's exciting. We haven't started doing it yet, but I'm excited to show him because I never taught anyone how to do it before, and I think it's very cool. So anyway, I'll get back to the future and you can carry on with the start of my WIPs. Now, moving on to my WIPs. Now this one, the first one I've got, she's an oldie but goldie. I actually started this one while I was doing my bachelor's degree. I can't remember, don't think it was in my first year, which would have been, started September 2013, I think. So I think it would have been the year after, so it would have been 14, 15. So she's, I'm calling her she, it's because the main character on it is Zelda, but I mean they're all she's. So 7, 8 years old. I keep putting her down for like a year or so and coming back to her. Oh god, that thread is coming out. Oh, we'll fix you up, don't worry. Okay, it's absolutely massive. Okay, let me show you. Here we go. I don't know that I'd be able to, I'll try standing up and showing you. Where's that? See if I can fit it all in. Okay, there we go. You can see how big this is. Like, this is under my chin and it is going down to my knees, the fabric as my knee. But she looks, oh, it does look so beautiful. It does look so beautiful. So it's a Zelda stained glass window. I got this from, oh, I can't remember the name of the website, but I got it years ago. Cross Stitch Geek, something like that. And this person just had the pattern available for free. They just put it up. So this one is 20 colours. I'm fairly certain it's on 14 count. Ida. This one is 20 colours. There was a more complex one, which I think had just over 100 colours. At the time, I was a very poor student, and I'm a poor non-student. So I got this version, and I do think it looks really good. Like, particularly looking at it on the camera, oh, it looks so good. So I do want to get it finished. I've really not got that much more to do. I ran out of this colour, hence why all of her hair is not filled in. But you can see the top of Link's head here. So this is Link's head. And then basically he's much smaller than Zelda. I was looking at it and was like, is it going to fit on? And I measured it and it is going to fit. And I started from the middle and there's clearly a space at the top. So it will fit. He's much smaller. And it's just, so a row of pages here, I think it's 3 pages across. And then it's just like a little strip at the bottom. So like a quarter, three-quarter pages at the bottom. So it's really not, you can see I've done more down the side. So that's the bottom of the, so then I'll just have a little bit here, probably, yeah. So I really need to get on it. It's so big. And it gets, to be honest, it gets really boring to work because I do the outlines first. So I'll do like a whole page in outline. Like this, just the black outline. So let's fold her up. So I'll do the whole page in the outline and then I'll just go and fill stuff in. But doing that I find it so mind-numbing, sorry. Let me just sit down. I just wore leggings today because I'm like, no one's going to see those. Everyone's just going to see my top half. Or fool me. And then just, particularly when you have a really big patch, like all of this hair here, it takes so long. It takes so long. And I get just so sick of it. So I think it's something that I'll have to make myself work on, but it doesn't, oh God, there's a needle in here. It's a very long one actually. Okay, I'll leave you in there. This is before I had needle minders, anything. So it's great, it's looking so good. I know there are some stains on it and stuff on the sides, but it's okay, I could do with those. Anyway, okay, so the second one I'm working on, so that's my oldest one by far. The next one is not that old by a long shot. It's certainly not the only thing that I've started and haven't completed since I first started this one, but it's the other ones I've just gotten rid of, you know. So it's the mini autumn sampler, also by River Needlework. I have put it somewhere and I don't know where it is. I thought it was on the bookshelf somewhere, checked there, not there. I think it might be in one of my crafting bins upstairs. So I'll have to find it, but I want to get it completed before autumn. I want to do it this summer. So I'll see how I go. I've got more pressing projects at the moment, which I will talk about in a bit. But for now, it's okay to wait. It's really beautiful. I love it. It's so autumnal, strangely enough. I'm afraid that I'm just like every other basic white girl in that autumn is my favourite month because I love all the colours and I love all the leaves. It's also when my birthday is. My birthday's in September, so real ones no. But oh God, I've got a needle in this one too. Sorry, I will show this next one to you. So hopefully I find it. It's super beautiful. I've done the. I think I've fairly certain I've completed the woman. I've completed her and I've done some little things around the side, I think, but it's not like, it's maybe a quarter done, but I can do those ones quite quickly. So okay, so the next one I have, also by River Needlework. I asked for this one for, God, was it for Christmas? Maybe, can't remember. It is, I think maybe my boyfriend got it for me for Christmas. I can't remember. Maybe my mum got it for my birthday last year. Also by River Needlework. I did it's part of their folky series. I did their Welsh one, which is really beautiful. Again, that's upstairs. I would show it to you, but it's upstairs. I'll put a photo of it here. Also want to get that framed and put up in my house. So this is the Cornwall one. And you can see there's clearly been a strong reference from Poldark. I'll show what the finished product will look like. So you can see that the woman there looks quite a lot like Demelza from Poldark. And they're just so pretty. They've got such beautiful bright colours. Like I said, they're quite simple, but I just think they look so fantastic. And they just come in 2 pages. So I've obviously completed, I don't know, they come in 4 pages, of course. So you can see I've done the 2 pages on this side, they're complete, that's all done. Again, no back stitching or anything. And then I've done the majority of this one here, this bottom one, and then I just need to do the top one as well, and it'll all be done. I guess I didn't realise until I started watching Flosstube quite recently when I was in hospital and was like, oh, I wonder if there's any cross-stitching stuff on YouTube, and duh, of course there is. It's like, why didn't I ever look and see if there was this before? But most people start in like in the top. I can't start in the top because of the way I cross stitch. I'll probably have to do like a video demonstration at some point, but I do top, I have like, I can never remember left and right. I do top left, bottom right, top right, bottom left. So I can't go downwards, because once I do that, the hole I finish in is the hole I need to start for going down. So I tend to work upwards. So I tend to start, my ideal place to start is the bottom right. Yes, I still show my hands. But usually I'll start in the middle. I'll start in the middle, work my way. I'll turn the piece upside down. So work down to the bottom, turn it back the right way around, and then work upwards. That's usually how I do it. Okay, so the next one is, this is a present that my mum got me for Christmas, because when my brother got married, which was in December, he got married quite quickly. They'd been engaged for a bit, but he actually needed to go and have a heart transplant, and they wanted to get married before that, and it was very quick. He's had the heart transplant. He's doing really well, so that's all great. And the wedding was really beautiful. But I did a wedding sampler. I'll show you a photo, either of the one I made or the one that it is. I can't remember if I must have taken a photo, but it was a really beautiful Scandi-inspired wedding sampler, and I loved it, and I got it from the historical sampler company. And so I said to my mum, oh yeah, just get me one of these, get me one like from this company for Christmas. And I didn't give her any further instruction, which I maybe should have, because the colours in this are so pretty and stuff. I don't know if it's just because I worked on it so much in hospital, and I wanted to, you know, when you're just working on a piece and you get really sick of it and you want to work on something else, but I couldn't work on anything else because I didn't have anything else in there with me. And I just got so sick of it, and so I'm really sick of the sight of it. But anyway, and it's not one that I would have picked out myself. So it's the pot sampler, so I'll just show you where I am, making sure you can see all of it. Yeah, so I'm pretty much halfway through it. I've just got the rest of this border down this side to go. I'll show you a photo of what it will look like when completed. I just don't like looking at this, you know. I think this is I'm not doing it for anyone or anything. I might do it and give it to my mum. But then I did ask for it. I did ask for a historical sampler, and I really love these flowers. Like this flower here, I love these colours. I love this one. I love the border. Like the border's so pretty. I have made some mistakes on the border. And I do love this central bar, so I don't really like this. It does look, especially on camera, it does look really pretty. I think I'm just gonna have to like put it aside for like a year and not look at it. And then I'll come back to it and be like, oh yeah, actually, no, this is great. I need to it's just reminding me of being in hospital at the moment. And I've been out for 2 weeks now, a bit over 2 weeks. I don't want to think about being in there. So that's that one. Oh, it is pretty. I just don't want to look at it. Okay, so this is the first massive project that I've undertaken since starting Zelda cross stitch. And particularly watching Flosstube, I want to, like, oh my god, I've been looking at heaven and earth designs and I want to do so many of them. I got this design from a seller on Etsy, Diana70. She charted this, but it is the piece Four Seasons by Alfonso Mucha, which is a really, really, really gorgeous piece of art, and it's Art Nouveau. I think it's Art Nouveau, not Art Deco. Fairly certain it's Art Nouveau, and I love his work. Like, it's so gorgeous. So that's what's going to look like. I've also been looking at Gecko Rouge. I want so much stuff from Gecko Rouge. Oh my god. I'm going to spend all my money on cross stitch, but I got this piece of fabric, and you know what, I think what I did is I looked at the finished size and was like, okay, yeah, so I need to get a piece of fabric that big. I didn't take into account that I would need, you know, I need to make sure that I have some space around the edge, and so I decided I was going to grid it myself, and the pen ran out halfway through, and so yeah, you can see I have I've used fabric glue on the edges so that they don't fray, but so move these threads out of the way. I've only done this little bit. I've only done like the first bottom left corner, which is only a little bit of a page. I spent a few days on it, but I just don't like how it's looking. The coverage isn't great. This is 18 count, this is what the project specified, but maybe because of the way I stitch, everything is in hand. I never use hoops, I never use frames. It's how I learned to do it. I do it faster doing it not in a frame. I prefer how it feels. It's just personal preference, but I think because of that it's kind of become warped and distorted because I was just doing it cross country, and I think through the method in which I stitch, and also it feels very soft, this Ada, and I think I'm just not happy with it, and I didn't want to keep working on it to be, you know, I don't want to get several months down the line or years down the line and finish it and not be happy with it. So I wanted something that had better coverage, that looked better. So I've got new fabric, 20 count, which I know isn't that much smaller. The fabric I got also isn't gridded, which I've never used gridded fabric before anyway, but for big pieces I am going to start getting it. Like I have got one of the free Heaven and Earth designs, the Freebie Shell Maiden, by Amy. She's huge. I can't remember her surname. I'll put it up. But I have got that design, and I do want to get the stuff to start it. And I'm going to use gridded fabric for that. And I'm going to, because it's on 25 count Lugana, I'm going to try using 10 stitch so that it's so much quicker. So I'll see how that goes, but this one I'm going to start over. I'm just going to start over, and I think I'll either, I don't even know if I can be bothered to unpick this because there's so many little stitches. I might just cut it off, cut off this little bottom bit, and just use, because I've got tons of fabric here, and I'll just reuse the fabric, you know. I'll just reuse the fabric, and this will wash out when it's soluble pen, so it'll just wash out. So I'm not too worried about that. I could wash it even before, but I'll use it for other projects. So that's what I'm going to do with that one, and I'll keep you updated as to how that goes. I'm really excited. Now the fabric literally arrived about an hour ago, so I really want to get started on that because I've been doing lots of small projects recently, and I really want to work on a massive one. Particularly when I see people like working on their huge pieces on Flosstube and on Instagram, I'm like, I want to work on the big one too. Okay, so this is tiny project. This was from World of Cross Stitching, and these are just little gift tags, and I thought they were so cute. So I'm making them for my brother and my mum have birthdays in July, end of July. 2 days apart, so I'm making them something each, and I'm going to put one of these on each of their presents. So I have a third one to do. It was actually I forgot to talk about one of my finishes. You know what? I will edit this bit into my previous bit. Okay, I've updated the the section for past me to talk about my fiance's gift, and so I was going to give him this on it, which says "We make a great pair," which I think is so cute, and I love this one as well. This Squeeze the Day. I'm going to give this to my brother because Seize the Day is a big number in Newsies, the musical, and he loves that musical. I'm also going to make one for my mum, which is a strawberry that says, like, I think it's something like "I love you very much," or something, you know, that sort of thing, and put it on her gift. So I might just put this onto a little card and give it to my fiance anyway. And now, final one that I'm actively working on. This, as I mentioned before, is I've got my brother's birthday coming up in July, late July. So he is a massive Lord of the Rings fan. We have always really been into Lord of the Rings. We went to see them in the cinema when we were kids. I remember I had my dad, who's also a massive Lord of the Rings fan, taking us, and they were just so huge. They were so good, those movies. Oh my God, they're so perfect, they're so good. And he's still a massive Lord of the Rings fan, and so I hope this shows up well on the camera. I made him this design, which is by Yulana cross-stitch. I've put it down here. Again, it's me not making proper notes, but here we are. This is, let me see how it's showing. Oh, you kind of can see it. It's the White Tree of Gondor, surrounded by Elvish text. It's actually the script from The One Ring, so it's the Mordor tongue written in Elvish script. One ring, so it's one ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. Which I know doesn't really fit with Gondor, but it's a really cool design. And it originally does have, instead of this backstitching, this navy backstitching, it has it's full cross stitch. It's all the background, but I did all of this and it took me, this is the 5th day I'm working on it, and it's looking so good. It's looking really, really great. I love how it's looking, but I know that it would take me ages to do the navy background, and so I just thought I'll just try doing it in backstitch and see how it looks. And so far I think it looks pretty cool. So I'll carry on with that and see how it goes. But I really don't want to do all of that block stitching because I know it will drive me insane. And also I really love these needle minders. I got another one which was a little raven. They are from Etsy. They're from I think it's Don't Step on My Needle or Don't Step on Your Needle, who is based in London. Just so great. The cutest package. It's just so cute. So, and they were having a sale, so I highly recommend it. This is on 20 count Rustico Ada, Zweigart, and the DMC. This is DMC floss, the Cornwall floss. It's 3865. The white, the brilliant white, and then the navy. I can't remember exactly what it is, 800 and something, 900 and something. It's the Cornwall DMCs. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that's looking. It's looking really good, and I have plenty of space around it to actually frame it, which is a thing that I keep forgetting about because I don't work things on a hoop, so I don't have to worry. Well, so I don't think about it necessarily. I'm trying, and if I'm not too bothered about framing something, if I'm just making it, then I don't really care that much. But I am trying to actually frame stuff now, so I need to make sure I do that. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about my plans, some of my cross stitch plans. Obviously I've got the big ones that I showed you, the Zelda one and the Four Seasons, so I am going to be working on those. I don't know how I'm going to, maybe I'll have a month of one, month of the other, and alternate between them, and also work on my small projects in between. That's how I'm planning on doing it, so I'm not working just purely on one piece all the time, which is how I've worked kind of before, and I kind of want to work on more stuff concurrently, because I can't do that with books, like I get too confused, but with cross stitch you can definitely do that. So the next one I want to do is for my mum. It's here. This is what it's going to look like. I'm going to use again the 20, oh no, sorry, I said it was 20 count, it's not, it's 18 count Rustico. I will, which I'm really enjoying working on that. I've got a big, I think, what, a fat quarter, maybe? Or maybe half a metre. No, I think it was a fat quarter. Of it, and so I'm going to use it for lots of kind of smaller projects. So again, sell on Etsy, here they are. And it says dogs welcome, humans tolerated. My mum also has a lovely little terrier called Basil, and she's one of these people that can be quite hard to do things for. She's an artist. She's an excellent artist. I never told you what I do. I'm currently mostly recovering from being in hospital for a long time, but I do need a valve replacement at some point, so that's fun. A heart valve replacement, but I do some work for her. I do sort of personal assistant stuff, admin, things like that, just like usually like 3 hours a week. And I will be getting back into that because I'm capable of doing it, and to be honest, I would like the money. So but because of her being an artist, she runs art classes. That's what I sort of help out the admin for. She has a very particular aesthetic. She has a particular sense of style, and so if she doesn't like something, she won't put it up in her house. So it was a bit difficult knowing what to do for her, and also a lot of stuff is like the sort of things that I thought she might like, they were just a bit too, I don't know, a bit too rude, like a bit too, I don't know, I didn't feel right giving it to my mum. So I'm going to do this design today because I think it's pretty, but I also think that she'll like the sentiment. And hopefully she'll put it up. I'm planning on framing this one and the one for my brother. I've got some hoops that I'm going to frame them in, and I think they look pretty. I think honestly they look best kind of like that, and they're easy to put up in whatever way you want. So that's how I'm going to do it. And obviously the great thing about becoming engaged is wedding planning, stuff like that. So the other ones that I really want to get started are, I've asked 3 people to be part of my bridal party. I've asked my best friend Josh to be my man of honour. I've asked our friend Elise to be a bridesmaid, and I've also asked my brother's wife, my sister-in-law Jen, to be a bridesmaid as well, because I was bridesmaid for her wedding, and I don't have any sisters or anything. I do have one stepsister, but now ex-stepsister, because my mum has divorced her dad now, but we still get on well, and she gets on with my stepsister. My mum gets on with my ex-stepsister, but she lives in Australia, so I don't even think she'll come to the wedding. I'll invite her. I'll say to her, you're very welcome to come if you want to, but she might be planning to come over to Britain anyway. But obviously she's probably not going to come back just for my wedding. We're not super close. But anyway, that went on a tangent. I want to do, I've already asked everyone to ask if they want to be in my bridal party, and they've all said yes, so that's nice. But I just wanted to send them out a nice card and stuff, and I wanted to send them a cross stitch. And I was looking for like the right theme and things, and then I was just like, Avatar, as in like Avatar the Last Airbender, not James Cameron Blue Aliens. So I found this set by this person on Etsy. Again, I'm so sorry that I haven't got your name to hand, but it was on sale, and so I got this, and I'm going to do all of them. I'm going to send Toph to Josh because that's just who he is. I think Katara to Elise because she's like the sweetest, just the nicest person. And I'm going to send Soccer to Jen, partly because I couldn't think of who else kind of fitted with Jen, but obviously it's Team Avatar, so I have to be Aang, which I have mixed feelings about, I suppose. And so she was the one left in Sokka was the one left. And I think that Jen does sort of fit with Sokka, very enthusiastic, can be a little bit stubborn sometimes in the nicest way. But I don't know that she's watched The Last Airbender, but she should, because it doesn't take that long to watch and it's excellent. It's so good. And I love the Zuko one as well, so I think I'm probably going to do that one and just give it to my boyfriend. I don't know, Aang's marrying Zuko. Let's just go with it. My fiance. Okay. So I also want to do a couple of other ones. I've got, I'm favouriting things all the time on Etsy. If you want me to go through my favourites on Etsy, just let me know in the comments and I'll, oh God, I've got so much stuff favourited now. Oh, some big pieces as well. Some really gorgeous stuff. Oh my God. Some stuff that I'm like, oh, I really want to start that, but it'll take me years to do it. I'm trying to mostly do small ones, but I can talk through some of my other plans as well. I've got one that I want to do for my my fiance's parents. They are from Nepal originally. They moved, I think, in the 80s to the UK, and I want to do them a cross stitch of Kathmandu, which is where they're from. So I want to do that one relatively soon and give it to them. And then I've got some stuff that I want to do at some point, but I don't have any immediate plans for. Once we get through once my brother and my mum have their birthdays. I don't have any birthdays then until my sister-in-law's is in December, so like I've got loads of time then. So so at the moment those are my priorities. I've been working on this piece for my brother pretty solidly for the last few days. Like I haven't worked on anything else, so I think I might just take a break from it now this afternoon and just get started on the new Four Seasons piece, which I realised, because I haven't got gridded fabric, is going to be oh God, do I start it from the middle? I really don't want to start it from the middle because it's a smaller piece of fabric, obviously, because it's 20 count. It doesn't need to be as big, but it's still a big piece of fabric. It's still big. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might just measure it out, how big the fish size is, and then work out where I can put the edges. I might do that. Anyway, thank you so much if you have watched through to this point and my mad ramblings and tangents. I'm so excited to get more involved in this community. I have loved watching so many people's videos and following them, and I'm just really excited to actually be able to share cross stitch and talk to people about it, because it's always been something that I've done, but it's always been so solitary. I've never been part of any communities really, and I've found one in the Cardiff area, so it's my dog playing upstairs. And I'm just really excited to share all my progress with you. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm currently posting daily. Whether that continues or not, I don't know, but I'm just so excited to be cross stitching again. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, whenever that is, whenever I have the time and have anything meaningful to update. Thank you so much. Bye.